All right, blue, white tempo. So this deck is very similar to mono blue tempo, obviously. But we're playing Dovin Grand Arbiter here, not only for card advantage, but also for additional threat density. One thing that you give up by not being mono blue anymore is you give up the ability to play Tempistion, because Tempistion explicitly requires you to have basic island. So as a filler for that slot, we're playing Sphinx of Foresight, because it's a big beefy flyer that can also dig us into having our Curious Obsession starts that are very reasonable. And with the white splash for Dovin, we gain some access to some pseudo-real removal out of the sideboard, such as Sky Tether, Baffling End, and Deputy of Detention. Sphinx is a card I've been really impressed with a lot of the times when we've played it in different things in this format. I do think that this card could maybe even be reasonable in just stock mono blue as well, just because, like, big flyers are just good in the format, and this has an impact when, this has an impact even when you're not casting it right away. That's a good question. So I'm playing Mist-Cloaked Herald still in this deck over Terramander, and the reason for that is this deck does not have a lot of instants and sorceries in it. The cards I've cut to fit in Dovin are things like extra counter spells, extra ops, charter courses. So the instant and sorcery count is lower in this deck, so I've opted not to include Terramander. This hand's fine. Not amazing, but fine. This hand's perfect. Perfect. Be on the draw all day when the last card. The last card is great. Curiouser and Curiouser. It's possible I should hold up Merfolk Trickster this turn and diddle this in response to an Explorer creature, but golly, if I can't resist drawing a card. The London Mulligan sounds great. Mir, thank you for the 8-month resub. I appreciate the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Growth Spiral. Interesting. That's not a card you usually see in the opponent's archetype. We're on the no blocks here, I think, just because Dovin down ticks to make a Thopter next turn. And, oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. You know, I should have waited to play my land here. Because if I don't draw something I want to cast, I could have played a tapped land. Yeah, 10 out of 10 should have played Hallowed Fountain this turn. Small mistake there. The final countdown. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It's not a good deck, Burgle. It's got Dovin in it. Although we did play stock mono blue the other day. It was not a good turn for them. You're not wrong. Niv, thanks for the tree fitty. I just hate the London Mulligan on every level because I'm from Vancouver and I got pride in my city. You know, it's funny. When they changed the Vancouver Mulligan rule, it changed my pre-game banter because I could no longer say, hey, Paris is nice this time of year, I'll take a trip there with you, when I'd mulligan when they'd mulligan. It just took away my ability to be cheeky at the start of a match. Was no good. Drunk history is pretty legit. Alright, I think this is a Baffling End matchup. Is this a Deputy of Detention matchup? What do we think on Deputy of Detention? And then what am I supposed to trim here? There's so many cards that look good. Deputy does die to Finality, but so does most of our deck. It's good against Crisis. You can reset Walker. Yeah, you're right. That's true. I can just trim Optus Filler. Love it. Alright, yeah, let's do this. Let's try this. Yeah, I don't know if Sleep is good or not. If Sleep's not coming in here, Sleep probably shouldn't be in my sideboard. Although Sleep's probably fine against, like, white aggro. When I'm mulligan, listen, chat, I would like everybody out there who peer pressured me into mulliganing my keepable 7. This is on you. This 5-card hand, this is on you. Alright, this 5's actually pretty good. The 5 is actually pretty good. Why don't you log in on mobile with your normal account, Danon? We are so incredibly unlucky. Worst deck ever. Sounds right, Loeb. Math checks out. I pitched the Curious Obsession because I wanted to play Herald on 1, and I really just need lands in general. Ideally, this hand wants to curve out to, like, 4. So I bottomed a bunch of non-lands. If I keep Curious Obsession there, I'm not putting Curious Obsession on and attacking until turn 3, at which point any removal spell 2-for-1s me, which doesn't seem particularly good. Wow, they brought in Negate against me. That's interesting. Alright, well that's happening next turn. I have plenty of answers to it, though. Hitting lands here is great. I get to get my burden to play. I think I'm gonna hold this to trade with their Branchwalker at this point. Perfect. Just what the doctor ordered. You know what? I probably should have attacked with this last turn because I had a 4/4 in play. Another Negate? Whew. Gave my heart a pitter-patter. I was like, oh no. Oh no. block. Alright, good chat. Good chat. Did everyone else know this thing scries every turn? How busted is that? Worth noting, I missed 1 point of damage earlier this game, and they're at 11, which is a 3-turn clock, as opposed to 10 being a 2-turn clock. So, like, that's super relevant here. Well, it's terrifying that they have 2 spells in their hand. Even if they have Finality here, they're still dead, right? We Trickster, diddle their blocker. Alright, diddle... Do I diddle the Crisis? If I diddle Hostage Taker and hit a Trickster or a Baffling End, I win the game, right? No, that's not true. That's not true. If I don't have mana to play to pump this if I play one of those. You guys want to make a 1-1 with this? Man, they brought in all the negates. It's interesting. I don't mind bringing Duress in this matchup, but Negate seems a little bit aggressive just because it trades down on resources in a lot of positions, whereas like Duress gives you information to play around. Surge Mare gets blocked by Hostage Taker, person I just timed out. Alright, well, if their last card doesn't have text. Remember when people were asking me about these Mist-Cloaked Heralds? You will pry them from my cold, dead hands, chat. You will pry them from my cold, dead hands. Yeah! GG! Cloaked in the secrets of Mist. Did we mold a 5 this game? We did, didn't we? Oh, right, we had Sphinx in the opener. Alright, well, pour one out for my boy Sphinx. I could have blocked a 2-1 there, doesn't matter. Yeah, it's lethal. That's pretty good, yeah. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody, wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for dropping by here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic full-time here on Twitch. If you're someone that enjoys standard best-of-3 constructed with sideboards, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks here. Usually we change decks every 60 to 90 minutes. As always, a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. They are quite literally the folks that keep me employed. Past that, I'd like to mention some of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series is a $5,000 cash tournament every single month in the Midwestern United States. I'm actually going to be playing in their standard tournament this weekend. I'm going to be playing Teamer Climb. And if you can't make it out to play in their tournament, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG Series. BCW Supplies are the only ones I trust to protect my paper Magic the Gathering cards. Using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com, you can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories with them. Neo provides wonderful candy-flavored protein bars. Using code HOGLAND at bit.ly/sugarbar, you can save 10% on all of your orders there with them. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoogland. You know, there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. I appreciate you choosing to drop in here today and spend part of your day here with us. We are heading on into our next match here with Blue White Tempo. Remember, if you are new and enjoying the content, make sure you hit that follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. Man, the two basic planes in the mana base I think are necessary to play the white cards we're playing in our sideboard, but man, have they been awkward so far today. Been real awkward. I think this is actually my last Neo bar. I need to get some more. You're so fast, Marty. Why are you so quick? My last name, correctly pronounced, is Hoogland with a long O sound. Hoogland. When I say Hogland on stream, that's me making fun of people, because that's how lots of people pronounce my name.
They're statistically likely to fail. Incorrect. Go ahead and gloat.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted for Christmas. This game was a good example of Dovin just like, even when Dovin's bad in a matchup like this, he's still like pretty reasonable. And Sphinx is like actually better than Tempestion here, just because it's a big body like Tempestion, but it's gonna improve our average card quality, which is great. They might get aggressive here and try and push through damage. Might see them attack with just the 2/2, so I can't trade this here. Alright, I think I'm actually going to put this on Mist-Cloaked Herald, even though it's a slower clock, just because I want to be a little bit more defensive. As this game goes long, we're incredibly favored to win with the Sphinxes in play, so... I think I'd rather just do this. I guess if I attack with this next turn, I kill them in 2. Yeah, the reason why this deck doesn't play Entrancing Melody is because we have actual removal. We get to play Baffling End and things like Sky Tether. Although I guess calling Sky Tether actual removal is maybe a little bit of a stretch. Perfect. Holding up Dive Down is better than playing another Dovin. No, I don't think so. I think, like, this game was a great example of, like, Sphinx just being fine, right? Like, we just drew it as a 4/4 for 4, and it was very reasonable. Like, it's great in your opener, but you don't have to mulligan aggressively for it. What's going on, Matthew? Yeah, they're dead on board. They're dead to Mist-Cloak plus the double Sphinx. A meme deck? Nah, I think this deck's pretty real. It's like, it's very close to one of the best decks in the format, mono blue. The Sphinx has been really good, Matt. The Sphinx is a card that I've been super happy with almost every time we've played it. I think it's super reasonable. Alright, Surge Mare and Baffling End are great. Warkite Marauder's real bad here because it just dies to Chain Whirler. I think this is an opt-out matchup. How do you feel about Deputy of Detention? I think Deputy of Detention might be fine. Versus Sky Tether. I guess Sky Tether is pretty good. That's probably better than Deputy. Maybe Spell Pierce is good here. Yeah, Pierce is like cheap interaction. Yeah, they have a lot of ways to kill Deputy. Definitely true. Maybe it should just be another Surge Mare on a board. These sleeps seem kind of silly. I think I want a third. I think I want to cut these sleeps after this. Need one more trim here. Deputy does hit Frenzy. That's true. That's super meaningful. Yeah, you really don't want to Deputy things with Enter the Battlefield effects, but like tagging the what's it called? Steam Kit is also nice. God, what am I trimming though? Need to panic cut something here real quick. No, you don't cut your Sphinx. I'm gonna cut the Curious Obsessions. They have too much removal. I'm gonna cut the Obsessions. I think I get in a lot of board states where I need to play defense. I think that was the conclusion we came to last time. Was I wanted to cut Obsession. Yeah, if you pull up a past stream and it's got portions of the audio gone, it's because they were playing music they don't have the rights to stream. Yeah, the Sphinx will be much better with the London Mulligan roll. Huh. I think I actually only keep one of these because I do want to try and play Sphinx on 4. They're playing red aggro. Yep. Ooh, tricky dick. I'm gonna upkeep Diddle their thing here. I feel like a little bit bad if they Chain Whirler me, but I think that's fine. Yeah, Trickster is super powerful. Very, very flexible. Trickster lets you win races that you just, like, couldn't win with any other Magic card. I know it could just die here, but, like, I don't have the 4th land in my hand, so I think I'm just supposed to make them have it here. Like, if they have it, it feels a little bit bad, but at least, like, we've kept them off tempo while we do this. If we fade removal this turn, they're never killing it. Yeah, eating a removal spell and then denying them counters is fine. I agree. Missing the land for Sphinx of Foresight here probably is game ending. Hopefully they play out spells. Hopefully they play 2 things for us to counter this turn, and then next turn we draw a land and jam Sphinxes down their throat. That would be ideal. I think I have to play defense at this point. If they have another Chain Whirler, we're just gonna concede and go to the next game. I think if they attack with these Teamkins, I just like put all 3 on one of them. I just can't. I'm losing this race. And that's probably wrong. That's probably wrong. I should have left 4/4, a 4/4 in play. It doesn't matter. Think I'm happy with how I boarded. Yeah, I'd like another Surge Mare in my deck right now. Oh, Deputy turns on Retort too. That's funny. Yeah, we could trim some Heralds. I could see that. Is it crazy to just max on Surge Mare post board? I wonder if that's silly. It feels like that might be okay. Could also get a 4th Deputy in the board. That card's pretty good. Yeah, Surge Mare. Surge Mare is a house. Nothing to see here. Just incredibly unlucky. No plays. I'd like to see the new non-rotating format in Arena. Actually, just really excited for something fresh, especially as far as Constructed is concerned. Wow, I was not prepared for that to work. I was not prepared, emotionally speaking, for that attack to go that way. Not how we expected it to go down. I don't think Kaya Ghost Assassin is broken. It's just like, just a good card. Stop it. dude. Next turn, I have Tricky Dick plus a Retort here, which is nice. I think I just let this resolve. I have Sky Tether in hand. Ooh, that's real good. I'm gonna leave this back so I can eat this. I also don't really want to trade this off because I want Wizard Retort. This is not a wizard, it is a horsefish. Cause Simic things. Well, I guess I guess we can't blame the horsefish on Simic because it's an M19. Yeah. Sure. Feel like we're in an okay spot. Their best card from here is like an Experimental Frenzy, and Retort has that covered. I think I'm right to get in here just because my hand's so bad. Tricky Dick's a good draw. Let's just go play this plus this with the 6 land played. Gobble gobble. This puts this to 1-2, right? 'Cause it loses all text? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I'm gonna counter this and race them, I think. If they have an Experimental Frenzy as their leftover, I'm gonna be sad, but I think I just like fire up this Surge Mare and go, go, go. Dead in 3 to these 2 cracking in. That shock timing seems suspect, especially considering how aggressive I showed I was willing to be with the Surge Mare. Dovin bombs.
Anyone would be so foolish as to face me.
Yeah, contraptions are the silver bordered magic set. Quick Stick Lick Trick. That's a heck of a card name. Maybe I was supposed to pump that up, but we got rewarded by drawing a 4/4. The red matchup does not feel very bad with this deck. Surge Mare. Surge Mare's been real good. I've heard people say red is hard for typical mono blue. I don't know if we've been running good, or maybe if the white cards help. I guess I wouldn't be too surprised if the white cards help. Sleep seemed kind of silly. I'm gonna add 2 Surge Mares. Is Sky Tether better than just playing more Baffling End? What do we think? Is Sky Tether better than playing more Baffling End? Sky Tether's better against Drakes and Phoenixes. Yeah, you're right, it is. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the Sky Tethers in there. Gonna double up the Surge Mares over the Sleeps. It can target Lyra too. Yeah, that's true. Super true. So everyone freaking out here tonight, by the way. Pretty awesome. We got 2,300 people in here. Hope you're having a good Wednesday wherever you're at. We're gonna be doing a long stream today. Normally I only go to about 4 or 5 o'clock. We're gonna do this deck for probably another hour or so, and then we've got 2 more coming up. Some Naya Thran Dinos and some Abzan Fall. Yeah, Trickster definitely ended up being very good in that 3rd game. Thanks for being here, Wookie, and thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, Baffling End and Baffling End, they both hit creases. Yeah, that's very true, Hodor. Baffling End's much better against Steamkin, which can be a problem. Gosh, our deck is busted. So powerful, so powerful. You can always see decks that are coming up in the stream title and the deck queue on my website. Or they had somewhere to go. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you click into a match of Magic and real life rings the doorbell. Sometimes literally rings the doorbell. I really like the Sphinx. The Sphinx has been really impressive, not only in this. We played a blue-white mid-range deck the other day on stream for like 2 hours that felt really good with Sphinx in it as well. Well, nothing rotates soon. The next rotation is a long time from now. It's in October. But no, I have no insider information from Wizards of the Coast. I did substitute the generic one with Autumns, Drew. Watsy shill, yep. Jeff has outside information, very far outside, exiled even. Huh. So the Mortify here makes me feel like maybe they don't have a sweeper. Maybe I'm just supposed to make a Thopter here. Thopter's a lot worse against sweepers, though. Plussing is worse against a Vraska's Contempt. Spell Pierce and Negate come in here. I think I just trim the ops. Do I trim Warkite? Warkite beats Lyra on defense, which feels important. Like, I'd rather have Warkite than Sky Tether. I think Deputy's too expensive. I think I want my cheaper threats. Yeah, we're not playing Terramander because this build doesn't even have 4 ops in it. There's a lot less instants and sorceries than like what Autumn was playing at the PT. Sphinx is really good. I don't want to trip Sphinx. I think Sphinx is fine. I just keep my power, my most points of power in play here. No absorb mana is great for us. Just go ahead and jam this into play. Sure. Dovin or Sphinx both would have been good there. Counterspell also would be good. Can I beat a sweeper this game? Maybe. Not sure if I'm supposed to play Mist-Cloaked Herald here or not. Maybe I am. Mist-Cloaked Herald being 7 and 7, which is a 2-turn clock. Okay, don't Kaya's Wrath me. I'm casting this in response, so that way if they have Cry of the Canarium, my 2/5 lives, and I concede to Kaya's Wrath here. Yep. Double duress into sweeper is pretty good against us. Poked a hole in our defenses. To play first. I'm gonna keep this. I think Sphinx makes it pretty likely that we have a play on 2. I also like don't really want to mulligan super aggressively against the deck full of duresses and thought erasures if my hand is like remotely playable. Hey, Darkest Child. Thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Nice Esper mana base.
I look forward to seeing your mistakes.
This card's got to make this matchup a lot better than it is for traditional mono blue, right? Like, obviously they're stumbling here, so like we're gonna run them out, but this card seems like it should be like pretty nuts here.
Example of my genius.
Alright, so we're done here. Slow and steady. Yeah, I agree. Every deck I've had Sphinx in, I've been like super happy with it in. Alright, Sand needs a 1-drop, but we got 4 chances to find one. Fluffer Nutter, thanks for the 3 months, I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. So, we played Esper Control on stream the other day, Sabanite, and we played, what's it called? We played, 2 Kaya in the main deck, and it felt pretty reasonable, if you haven't checked out that video. Sphinx does get better with the London Mulligan. I saw Drowned Catacombs, so I'm just gonna board like their Esper. Our deck's busted, chat. Broke it in half, clean in half. Can we actually play a game, please? Maybe, please stop. Come play Magic with me, please. The secret to the Sphinx, in addition to a scrying 3, when you reveal it, your opponent misses their 3rd land drop or 2nd land drop. How long before the season ends? Sometime tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow. Tomorrow. I love ya. Tomorrow. Do 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 do. All they do is mulligan. I'm gonna bottom this. I'm kind of looking for like lands and Dovins. 22 hours. $22 hours. It's not that many. Well, they're playing Sultai. All right. We're boarded incorrectly. You know, what you gonna do? I'm supposed to play the other Herald out here. Just like double up my power and play. I kind of like holding up Trickster in case they have an Explorer creature. Oh, if they had an Explorer creature, they might have been forced in. They probably would have played it next turn. My dream reprint for next set? I don't know. It's an interesting question. Comments. Questions like that are kind of tough because it's like, it's hard to know like what's going to be good or bad in the format. It's like the whole format's going to change, right? So I think I want a Trickster. I think I want a Trickster plus hold up dive down this turn. Is my plan. Read. Flame Tongue Kavu. There's like 6 different Flame Tongue Kavus in this format already, though. Alright, so Tricky Dick's gonna flash in here and diddle that, and then bounce here, and then we'll hit them for 5 next turn. Repaint Rampaging Frostodon. Get out of here. stupid explorer creatures and you're gaining life. Alright, well, so much for the weekend race plan. I think I actually target Midnight Reaper here because I don't want them to draw an extra card if they trade. Or if they block. I think I'd rather they trade than they get to draw a card. Counterspell. 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 We're dead. They hit, if even drawing lands is good for them, so they like draw land, they get to they draw land, they get to pick their explorer creature back up. Alright, so let's board correctly. What do I want to trim here? Did I trim Warkites last time? I feel like I trimmed Warkites last time. I have more Surge Mares in my board this time around though. So I have to fit 2 more cuts in here if I want to fit all this stuff in. What's the mono blue game plan against Vivian? Counter that. Counter it. Or counter the down tick on it. Wonder if Dovin Bond's not good in this matchup. Maybe I'm supposed to trim Dovin just because he's hard to protect. And like the tokens he makes aren't super meaningful. I could see that being the case. Maybe I just trim this card. I'm gonna bottoms up these two. Just try and dig for that 4th land to curve out into Sphinx here. Just like 2, 3, 4. Although I guess Surge Mare changes the dynamic on is Dovin Bond possible to protect. Curious Obsession's a good draw here. I don't really want to play it out into a removal spell though.
From another's success on your impending failure.
Rude.
Don't mind if I enjoy this.
I'm gonna Baffling End here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and Curious Obsession the Thopter. If their turn is like Vraska's contempting my Thopter, that's like a win for me. This also seems okay for me. So like the Curious Obsession drew a card, so it like replaced itself and went 1 for 1 basically.
This is no mere trinket.
Drag down's a good pickup here. To the person who asked about Vivian Reed, take notes.
You can't stop nature.
Ooh, that's kind of scary. They went up instead. I like it. But if I just hit them for 9... I think I'm gonna hit them for 9 and have Dovin make a Thopter. Dovin's been like A+ threat density this game.
You're doing me a favor.
That is not how you wanted to sequence that. I guess they didn't really have any outs. Yeah, but they have a Vraska's Contempt in their hand, so I don't really want to plus my Dovin getting him to ult in the face of Vraska's Contempt. The negative 4-1, yep. Let's just keep running it. I'm pretty happy with the core that we've got. Thanks, Maddie. We're pulling ourselves up out of bootstraps. Running it on down. Oh. Sure. Perfect. We're on the play. It's a little awkward with us on the play. Yeah, I've never... Every time we've played straight mono blue on stream before, it's always felt a little bit awkward, honestly. So, like, doing better than mono blue for us is kind of a low bar. I'm also a huge fan of Dovin as a card, so I'm definitely super biased when I talk about what I like. Down-ticking him and getting him shocked kind of sucks, but something's getting shocked, so might as well be him.
To your record of bad decisions. My blood pumping.
I talked about it at the start of the video, Nebula. I gave a little bit of a warning. I'm really hesitant to put more things in my video titles, just because my video titles are already so long. They have Fiery Cannonade, I feel a little bit bad here. Grawl Spellbreaker. Alright, well, they are not the deck I thought they were. My headspace went to they're playing Reclamation, because that's the most common teamer deck we've been playing against recently. Well, the 1K thing doesn't matter this season. That's starting with the next season. This season is top 8 positions. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I don't know what I'm supposed to think. He's got Grawl Spellbreaker in here as like the anti-Dovin bond tech. Well, I was gonna jam the Sphinx, but now it's your Wizard's Retort, so your move. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel, but I'm gonna counter that just in case they have a Hydra increases. I click submit. I'm gonna put in the Deputy of Detentions. I'm gonna cut the ops. Yeah, but Nikaya says you can't play non-creature spells, chat. It says you can't play non-creature spells. No, you have to finish in the top 1,000. Next season, when it changes, you have to finish the season in the top 1,000. Oh, it could be Biogenic Ooze. Yeah, I can see that. Biogenic Ooze makes sense. Which makes Deputy of Detention good. This hand, like, needs lands and spells. It needs, like, white lands, but it also needs counter spells. And apparently my opponents decided they don't want to play against blue tempo anymore. God bless. God bless us, everyone. They could float mana, kill their own thing, and then do it? That's interesting. We're back up to 95%, chat. Look at us. Look at us climb in. Look at us climb in. Sure. I have no idea. You could, like, sacrifice it to Priest of the Forgotten Gods. There's the Pyromancer card could work too, right? The Dismissive Pyromancer. You, like, pay for and sack it. This is incredibly rude. I liked my Curious Obsession. Can a mod get a link to the top 1,000 article from Daily MTG? Because people are incapable of finding it themselves. So we can just link it. Please and thank you. We have a command for the percent thing, so... Magic's tough when you're lucky, chat. Magic's a hard game when you are lucky. If you haven't tried being lucky before, 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. You did exactly what I was gonna do, Punchworthy. Thank you. I mean, like, they're gonna have to leave the stream to get a reference link, too. Like, if I give them a link, they're gonna have to leave the stream still. Oh, stop playing on full control mode. We are rank irrelevant. Stop playing on full control mode. Our rank is irrelevant. Absorb me, baby. You're looking for an explanation, not a link. Well, the link is the explanation. I really want to make sure I leave up Siren Stormtamer and with Retort's ability, I think. You read the that's what they want. They want me to read the article out loud.
Surrounded by lesser minds.
I guess if they I guess they can absorb me here too now. Yeah, this is really unfortunate. Cry is very powerful. Just like if this was Kaya's Wrath, they couldn't cast Absorb here also. Might be dead here at this point. Thanks, Viper. We're all about helping people help themselves, okay? There's a lot of commands on this channel for a reason.
Clearly, the shortcomings here were mine.
I might concede this match just because waiting for them to tap their lands every turn is really painful. Dovin. Well, outside of Akaya's Wrath, we might be in this. Listen, as someone who's played a lot of Magic Online, fast at manually tapping is a lie and doesn't exist. And Magic Online lets you tap lands faster than Magic Arena does. And it's still slow and painful and tedious. Alright, I think we just do this. Spell Pierce, Negates in, Opt, and Warkite Marauder out. Seems good. Listen, as someone who's using a Linux computer right now and likes to drive cars that are stick shift, there is no reason to manually tap your lands in Arena. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't drive a stick shift anymore because I'm married, but I prefer a stick if I have an option. I genuinely think that if you only have all of the same basic lands in play, it shouldn't give you the option to manual tap. Huh. Do I want this Wizard's Retort? I don't think I do. Being married prevents me from driving stick because my wife does not drive stick. And having a car that we own that she can't drive doesn't make sense. The secret to a happy marriage, Chad, is picking your battles. Don't fight about the things that don't matter. Marriage is the single biggest cause of the eradication of stick shifts. It's funny because it's true. Alright, well those lands don't cast Cry, so that's nice. They do cast Thief of Sanity, however. Thief makes me kind of happy because it means that they're less likely to play a sweeper. Come for the MTG, stay for the amazing truth bombs. Christy, I have been married for almost 6 years now. Almost 6. Oh, tricky dick. Esper Control over there, doing Esper Control things. Hey, diddle diddle. Ooh. Ooh. Found a piece of candy. Stop it. Oh no. Oh no. They have so many negates, chat. Why do they have so many negates? Irish Chops, thanks for the Prime support. Hope you have a good one. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Yikes!
Hold that thought. I can no longer stand by and watch.
Thank you, Danon. It's probably in the mailbox. Should be in the mailbox.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
As long as they don't go land Kaya's Wrath here, we're in a good spot. Someone asked about why I hadn't been attacking with Marauder. The Marauder was holding the Thief of Sanity at bay. Was the reason why I hadn't been attacking with it. We're not beating a sweeper, so I'm just gonna put my extra threat into play here and pass. Hopefully if they have a sweeper, they have to Chemister's Insight into it. Hey, well thanks Irish Chops. Welcome to a live one, and thanks for taking the time to link up your Prime. Twitch Prime pays my mortgage. God bless. Watching the mouse over each individual land is so painful. Please, please, for the love of God, let us win this game so there is not a third. What is Twitch Prime? Twitch Prime is if you have Amazon Prime, which many people do because 2-day shipping is dope. Do the kids still say dope? I'm gonna say dope. You link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, and your Amazon Prime comes with Twitch Prime. So they can trade here. I say dope, but I'm a time traveler from the 90s. Alright, so I'm going to Spell Pierce this Chemister's Insight at my end of turn, because the Spell Pierce is doing nothing else. You deserve to brick and die because you manually tap your lands. You deserve to brick and die because you manually tap your lands. Fleek is dead, sick is dope. Alright. It just takes so long. You have to click twice on every dual land. It takes such a long time. It takes such a long time. Sure, good solid curve here. You're right, they must have Moto Stockholm. If you've never played Magic Online before, manually tapping is the only option. It's truly horrendous. Yeah, starting next month, I'm definitely going to try to be top 8. Or top 1,000, sorry. Top 1,000 is a much more realistic and obtainable goal.
Your loss will either be a tragedy or comedy of errors.
Did you get more out of playing the traditional constructed mode? You mean like prizes? Yeah, probably. I don't play Arena for the prizes though. I have a fully stocked account thanks to the most powerful card in Magic, my credit card. Lady Discover, if you would, has discovered many a Magic the Gathering cards. And I don't really need extra prizes past that. Yikes! Huge tracts of land. The prizes on MTGA are Twitch Prime subs. Exactly. Those are the prizes I get out of Arena. Twitch Prime subs. We have died. 1T Brett, speaking of, thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Alright. Did not shoot the sheriff, but I did board in the deputy. I think this is a Dovin out matchup just because he's hard to protect. Hey, Lectors, thanks for the Prime support. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Warkite Marauder, probably a little bit clunky. They don't really have flying blockers. Bring in the Sky Tethers. Deputy's very good in this matchup. It lines up super well against history. So this deck was originally a build around submission for Sphinx, the Sphinx card, and then this is our second time running it back. So originally a build around. We'll see how long this match goes. Probably play one more after this with this deck, and then switch to we have a bit of a meme coming up next. We've got Naya Thran Dinosaurs. Warkite's been pretty reasonable. I'm not quite sure. Like, I'm not an expert with the mono blue archetype, so I'm not sure why people moved away from that card. But I've been happy with it today. Two power is relevant. Naya Thran Dinosaurs. There's a link in the deck queue if you don't want to wait 20 minutes to find out what that entails. That there's always links to the deck queue on the website. How many cards am I missing for a full collection? I don't actually know offhand. I don't have MTG whatever Pro synced. MTG Arena Pro doesn't work on Linux or under Wine, so I haven't futzed with it. Might be a quick one, and we'll play one more. Survey says. Great. All right, we've been given the gift of playing Magic. I really like Buffalo Chicken. Well, I love your Twitch Prime. Thanks for the 5 months of support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. I like the standard format. It's fine. I think it's the existence of the Nexus decks in it make it a bit worse for me personally than the previous standard format, but I think it's still good. How long do I play each deck? I play each deck for between 60 minutes and 2 hours, usually, depending on how much I'm enjoying it. If something is a complete and total dumpster fire that's not salvageable, we always play at least 2 matches, but if it feels like there's nothing we can do to make it better, we stop after 2 matches, but usually between 60 minutes and 2 hours. You can find full details on my deck submission process and things like that on my website here. Just kind of hoping they don't have another removal spell here. I don't think it's worth leaving a mana up to bluff a counter spell, because if they have removal, they're going to go for it here. They just need to make me have it. Do have another Baffling End. If I hit a white source, we can get 2 3/3s, which is sweet. Monster Man, thanks for taking the time to link up your Prime. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here. It technically has a curve. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to do a little bit of surgery on it. It looked like a sweet meme though, so I wanted to give it a try. Oh, so many 3/3s. Come on. Come on. Poppy needs a Glacial Fortress. Poppy needs a Glacial Fortress. 10 power Deputy. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ah! Got him. Yoink. Triggers. Excellent. Excellent. Blue-white dinos, don't you dare play a 4th Baffling End or a Conclave Tribunal. You stop it right now. This was my one chance. This was my one shot. My chance to roll. This opportunity comes once in a match time. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you will, but you never ever let it go. Only get one shot tonight. It's the chance to roll. Yikes. Yikes. Wait, they left me with the dinosaur? That's exciting. That's exciting. I didn't think they'd leave me with the dino. Whale. Gotta draw another deputy now. Gotta draw another deputy now. I feel like that's wrong, and they should just, like, take all my 3/3s and then smack me, but God bless them. Why does it keep pulsating? Why is there a huge throbbing dino on the screen, chat? Anybody else witnessing the huge throbbing dino on our screen? Trample doesn't pulsate like that. Really? All trample cards pulsate? Like, how have I never noticed that before? Oh, does it only do it inside a combat? It only does it inside a combat. I got you. That makes sense. I think we might actually be getting out of this. Gosh, if we draw another deputy, we are like in it to win it. Why does it pulsate during their combat though? Trample's not relevant during their combat. Cause it's easier to code. thunk. Oh, we did it! We did it! Horse. In it to win it. Oh, are we doing it? I think we might be doing it. Sphinx, please guide me to a Deputy of Detention. Oh, yeah. Oh, if this is wrong, then I don't want to be right. If this is wrong, then I do not want to be right. Oh, yeah, trigger. Give me the dinos. Give me the dinos. Oh, that was just good, clean TV right there. That was some good family-friendly television. Thunk. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all we got. This card's really messed up when you have ways to protect it. We played Esper Pirates the other night with a splash for Deputy, and it was super impressive. This card's been really good again today. Just like this card alongside Stormtamers and Dive Downs is super good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we started on 5 cards that game too. That sounds right. They flooded a little bit, but we definitely started down. Opponent's just like regretting their Baffling Ends. Am I gonna put Esper Pirates on my site? I think I might actually replace the blue-black build with it. You can find it on the video section now, but I think the Esper build might just be better than straight blue-black. If you haven't been to my website, Esper Pirates and lots of other great things are the things you're missing by not checking that out. Lots of good stuff there. I could, like, milk this for a second, but, like, anyone who's watched this stream before knows the direction that this hand is heading in. Huh. I think I actually keep the Surge Mare here, huh? Perfect. Curious Obsession, looking a little awkward at the moment. Everything looks awkward in the face of Tithe Taker. If I hit my 4th land on curve, we could be okay. If we don't hit our 4th land on curve, we're going to be in trouble. Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. feel like they don't have a removal spell. Worth noting here, the fact that this costs 4 actually makes it better than... Oh, that's terrifying. Actually makes it better than... What's it called against... Makes it better than Jhin against Baffling End. Alright. How good are your top decks? Apparently the answer to that question is really good. Did not pan out for our hero. Let's try one more here before we wrap things up on this one. Turns out Marshall's great in multiples. The problem with a card like Siren Stormtamer is you just want something that's just like individually more powerful than that. I'm gonna keep this because I have Sphinx of Foresight. You want to have Curious Obsession on 2 more often, chat? Welcome to the party. Any reason to not main deck the Deputy? There's a chance that main deck Deputy is better than maybe the Warkite Marauders. I could see that. Deputy's definitely been very good. Azurius Guildgate, you say? Oh no! Oh no! The post-spell pierce land of shame, chat. Shame. 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 They played Gates on the first 2 turns. Who plays around Spell Pierce out of Gates on the first 2 turns? That's not my fault. Don't make this my fault. Yikes. Yikes. Man, you people are still watching this? God bless. God bless. Huge tracts of land. We watch in shame. Fair. Okay, so long as there's shame involved, I feel better.
Inspired by a good assault.
Thanks, APR. You make us feel better, yep. It's like watching the people play the Mythic Championship. I keep it down to earth, right? Like they're like an unrealistic level of good. We're just like solid. We know we stay in our lane here, okay? Yeah. I recognize my strengths and I play to them. Alright, so we're looking for a Wizard Retort here, basically. Yikes. We get 2 more looks at a Wizard Retort. Alright, pump up the Dovin.
But ingenuity.
Yeah, we are unfortunate. It's possible. I think I made a mistake and should have... I think I should have played the Sphinx the turn I played Dovin, just because I would have had more pressure that way. I also should have played around Spell Pierce out of the Gates deck, apparently, because then they'd be super dead. But, you know, this is our bed, so we're going to lie down in it. Krasis does not get them out of here, because we'll just diddle it and then attack them. No, there's not any reason to not play around Spell Pierce there.
Small things that matter.
Maybe I'm supposed to play Warkite here just because it's good against Krasis. I kind of don't want to put a third creature out into another Gates Ablaze, though. It's also possible that they're playing, like, Nexus of Gates here, and we're not going to get another turn. Why did I have to open my mouth?
Just improved the search algorithm.
Good golly, we are not good at finding counter spells. That's the first time I've minused a Dovin and been like, you know what I really need? I need an opt, because these cards from Dovin are not good enough. The opt mana really matters here too, because I can't double Tricky Dick and play Wizard's Retort here, which is awkward. I don't think Beast Whisperer is very good. I don't think Beast Whisperer solves any problems that archetype has. I didn't take another Dovin because he doesn't help me win the game. I need ways to apply pressure here. So I punted 2 different ways this game. Obviously, I failed to play around the Spell Pierce on turn 2, and then I also should have played the Sphinx instead of Dovin on turn 4. Are we in garbage time? I don't think so. Like, I could rip another Curious Obsession next turn and kill them now. This is where they cast Nexus of Fate, and I never get another turn. Are they playing Fog? I don't, not necessarily, because they couldn't Nexus through Spell Pierce, so maybe like, I don't know, maybe, it could go either way. Hopefully we draw another Retort here. If we get double Retort, we should be in a pretty good spot to win. But if we don't have double Retort, I'm a little worried about our chances. It's nice that I don't have to counter a Gates Ablaze here, because I have the old tricky here. mean, like, this game is super close, and I messed up twice. So, like, you know, think of how not close it would be if I just, like, played better Magic. Go ahead and go to the post-board game here. I'm just gonna bring in Deputy, cut Opt. I guess Spell Pierce and Negate are good too, so that's kind of silly. Is Sphinx too slow? It does actually clock them, which is nice. It does actually clock them. Warkite Marauder. Let's give this a try. Sphinx gets outclassed. I mean, kinda. Like, if they have things in play to be outclassing us, we're probably not winning the game. Any predictions regarding the Modern set announcement tomorrow? Yeah, they're probably gonna make my predictions. My called shot for the announcement tomorrow is they're reintroducing Modern event decks that include cards that are being printed directly into Modern, bypassing Standard. That's my called shot for the announcement tomorrow. Clip it. Sounds great. If we can maybe not mess up a great hand. So, like, a mix of both. Like, introducing things like Counterspell into the format. Alright. Look at that. They're giving it, we got a freebie here. I think it's definitely gonna involve bypassing Standard. I think they had a forum question that asked players about that recently. Gosh, I hope they don't put Wasteland into Modern. Actually, maybe that's wrong. Maybe I do hope they put Wasteland into Modern. Wasteland would drive a lot of people out of Modern. That card is miserable. But, like, Modern's, like, a ton of miserable high variance games, so maybe Wasteland is fine. Maybe Wasteland's just great. Just print Strip Mine into the format. Oh. Don't mind me. Counterspell. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Yeah, I agree, Denon. Counterspell won't do much for Modern, I don't think. Counterspell is rarely going to be better than Logic Knot or whatnot. Alright, so Tricky Dick taps this. Deputy of Detention exiles this. They're coming for your goats, chat. Get them by the goat. I really just hope they don't print Containment Priest into Modern, because they made Containment Priest Modern legal, I wouldn't be able to play. I wouldn't be able to play Vanifear Court anymore, and that would make me sad, because I almost have a deck that I like again. Containment Priest would slaughter that one. I am having a swell day, Ajaya, and we're gonna run late tonight. Got a great set of audience folks here. We got a couple of sweet memes to wrap things up with after we're done with this blue-white tempo deck. Christy is taking the kids to ninja school after she picks them up from daycare today, so I am not required for ninja school. Ooh, okay, this hand like just needs a white source to be really good. Explain ninja school. They give the kids ninja headbands and have them run obstacle courses. The closest thing I've played to a playable Naya deck this season is Naya Hero. So if you want to dig through my YouTube channel for my closest to playable Naya deck, it would definitely be Naya Hero for my vote. Fantastical. These spell pierces are the bane of my existence. All right. We've got two thumbs and concedes to Gates Ablaze. This guy right here. Worth noting, Sphinx of Foresight, probably worse than Tepish shit here. So, I normally don't like to end decks on low notes, but this deck would have won that match because I punted the first game 2 different ways. So, if I'd have played slightly better at one of 2 different spots, we'd have run away with the first game in a not close manner. So, ended up in a position where we couldn't beat Gates Ablaze there, and they had it. All things considered, this card continues to impress me. I should probably work on some other mid-range and aggro-style decks with this card just because it's so powerful and adds so much consistency to both your starts and your mid-game once you get into playing and scrying every turn. Deputy of Detention. We played Esper Pirates the other night, and this card, backed up by Siren Stormtamers and dive downs and things to protect it, is just so good. It's great against the red decks and especially the white aggro decks in the format. Just can't state how powerful this card's been for me. What are we doing next? I actually don't have the next 2 decks loaded into my deck queue next because I wasn't sure if we were going to get to them. So let me just import really quick here. Whoop. You can find the pirate deck and lots of other decks on my website. Oh god, the curve in this deck. The curve in this deck.